we have to push each other to go make it happen at the highest level ever. Our businesses are too small. The stats are really clear. It's like 96% of our companies don't employ anybody. That's a very, very tough stat to put out in a conversation like this.
Yeah.
But if you think about the consequences of what that means, it's not good.
You can't talk about the future without vision that's bold enough to change the game. At the intersection of culture, tech, and entrepreneurship is where innovation really happens. It's where ideas turn into movements, and movements turn into impact. I'm your host, Brian McIntosh, and as we look to the future, we're shining a light on 3 architects of tomorrow with help of Toyota's Curiosity campaign, where Toyota is boldly reimagining life with new products, technology, and groundbreaking ideas. First up, we're sitting down with the man who's built more than a business. He's built a community. As the co-founder and CEO of The Gathering Spot, he's elevating networking, leadership, and Black ownership in our generation and the next. Please welcome my good friend, Brian Wilson.
Good to see you, brother.
Man, appreciate you being here, bro.
Glad to be here, man.
It's a pleasure, man. Full circle moment for us.
Absolutely. Good to see you, man.
Next up, we got a young leader who's redefining what it means to turn ambition into impact. As the co-founder of Dream Hustle Code, he's empowering the next generation to code, create, and claim their space in tech. He's a philanthropist, innovator, and a voice of the future. Let's give it up for Ian Brock.
Yes, sir.
My God.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, listen, man. Congrats to everything that you're doing, man. It's a pleasure to have you here. Now, last up, we got a creative powerhouse in the building. As an Emmy Award-winning producer, co-host, and executive producer of 4th and 1, one of the biggest sports podcasts out right now, he's pushing the culture daily. Let's clap it up for my good friend, Omari Collins, AKA Peggy.
I'm happy to be here, bro.
Absolutely, man. Full circle moment for us as well, man. I speak on behalf of the BT family when I say we appreciate you guys being here, what you guys are doing in the industry, in your creative lanes. I want to get straight into it, man. All of you guys, the kind of journeys have been different, but I'm gonna come to you first, Omari. Just kind of speak to, we went to college together, brother, where we was running around, we just trying to figure out how to shoot. Now you here, a co-host with Cam Newton on 4th and 1. You're also a director for his production company, and now you're a talent as well. Just speak to how you kind of got into the position you are now.
Man, really the hustle, man, the grind, and being relentless and consistent with it. Not saying that I always knew where life was gonna take me or the grind was gonna take me, but one thing I knew, if we just, consistently just working at your craft, doing what you need to do, it will create an avenue for success. And that's really it, man, and just honing in on what I knew and what I knew how to do. And it started with photography and videography. Using my mind to create different things and looking at an image and not just looking at the image for what it is, but what I would think it would be and how it can speak to somebody else, and documenting, Cam's life, but so many other people, not even just him. And so building connections. And a lot of times too in my career, a lot of people get lost behind the camera and they lose their voice. And that's one thing I was determined not to do, was lose my voice. And I think that really built a lot of great relationships, and really was a pivotal thing that got me to where I am now. So building those relationships and growing from there.
And Ian, I'm gonna come to you next, man, because at a young kid, you created your business, man. So just speak to coming from Chicago, man. I know we spoke off camera. Most kids, man, we wanna be athletes, wanna be talent, wanna be rappers. You coming from Chicago, you come up with an idea to start your own business. And as a child, as a teenager, I'm curious, man, how did you get to this point?
Side note, it is cool being the youngest one on this, show. So I'm gonna take my spot on the throne.
Yeah.
But yeah, so growing up in Chicago, like you said, everyone wanted to be a basketball player or at that time rapper, because Derrick Rose had just won MVP. Chief Keef was popping off. So everybody was trying to be famous and rich. Yeah. And I knew when I was younger, I knew one day I was gonna lay my impact on the world somehow, some way. I thought I was gonna play ball. Didn't work out. I'm 5'7", y'all, so I'm not that tall. The NBA ain't gonna take it. But it was actually an NBA player that made me want to get started in this. It was Chris Bosh, 2-time NBA champ. So at that time, my mom, she was scrolling on Facebook, right? Finding a bunch of videos and whatnot. And she came across this vid that was called What Most Schools Don't Teach. And so in this video, it talked about technology, how every kid should learn how to code. So she was like, Ian, come watch the video. I want you to take a look at it. So I'm sitting there, mind you, this is 6, 7 o'clock at night. I had homework and I was trying to play video games. I think it was 2K13 or whatever. So I come over and I'm watching this video and I'm seeing people like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey. But you got to understand, the 8-year-old from Chicago has no idea who these people are. So I'm looking at the video. I'm like, man, what is this? I'm looking at my mom like, can I go? Because why am I watching this? I don't know who these people are. Yeah. But what got my attention was when I saw 2-time NBA champ Chris Bosh, right? And not only hearing somebody that looked like me talk about technology, but hearing him say it was cool, that's what made me get started. Because again, I wanted to go to the NBA at that time. So like our motto is, if you can see it, you can be it. And ever since then, what I've been trying to do with Dream Hustle Code is how can I replicate that experience and really show kids, you don't just have to be an athlete. You don't have to be somebody famous or a rapper or even be the most famous YouTuber. There are different ways for you to go make a living for yourself, but also still enjoy what you do. Most of us here, we love playing games, but most people don't understand there's opportunities in those fields where you can go create the games or even be a spokesperson for it and make 6 figures without having to be in front of the camera. So like that's how I got started. I've been blessed. I'm only 20 years old, but been doing this for 12, 13 years. I've gone along the journey. Like I've interviewed crazy. Like when I was 13 years old, I interviewed Steve Harvey, Oprah Winfrey, the CEO of Chick-fil-A, Mr. Dan Cathy, spoke in front of an arena at 13,000 people. Then I went to the BET Awards at 15, spoke on the red carpet. And it's like, but all this was focused on all this came to be because I was focused on helping other people. And so because I was focused on how can I get back to others, opportunity just started opening up.
Amazing.
Brother, at 20, you've lived a life. I just want you to know that, brother. I'm 34. I'm like, damn, I ain't working hard enough.
I'm about to walk on the couch.
Nah, man, but it's beautiful to hear that, man. And being a trailblazer and helping people, I think, Ryan, that you exemplify that. And the movement that you built here in Atlanta, man, just speak to, how the Gathering Spot came about and how you just been the successful businessman / entrepreneur.
Man, this is totally unexpected. I did not want to start a business. My parents were entrepreneurs, so I was like, I want to do the complete opposite of that. I saw the late nights. I saw all the sacrifice that it was taking every day to make the business a reality. Long story short, I wanted to be a lawyer, right? And that was the way that I thought I was going to be helpful. So if you would have asked me at any age 5, age 15, I was like, I'm going to be an attorney. I'm going to be a civil rights attorney specifically. I'm going to sue people and I'm going to be in court talking about objection and like, we're going to make something happen. Then I got to law school. I went to DC for undergrad and for law school, and life really changed quickly. I was watching while actually interning at a law firm. It was the same summer that George Zimmerman was on trial for Trayvon Martin's murder. And so I'm watching that trial every single day, like everybody was. But when he was acquitted, I got an email from some friends and they were like, hey, what are we going to do? And I responded back being like, we need a physical place to have this conversation. So that was the start of TGS. Summer of 2013, I sent that paragraph to one of my college roommates who had a background in finance and accounting. And I was like, look, I need you to help me build a business model around this concept. And I haven't stopped since, right? I graduated from law school. My parents, that was a hard call to make to say I wasn't going to be a lawyer. But the day after I graduated, I moved back home to Atlanta and we have been building the business ever since. I've only had one job.
Come on now. I love to hear it. And I was just having this conversation with Datavio, who was here earlier. Yo, we need people like you that are in high-level executive positions. We need to see it. The last time I saw you at the spot, I said, yo, we need you talking more. Because black people, we need to see it. Everybody wants to be talent. Everybody wants to be an athlete. We need to see people like you, yourself and you, because we need to see that there's other possibilities out there. Growing up for us, from an inner city, we don't think that's possible. You think the only way out is just doing certain things. And really, having black people in these executive positions that can impact, change the community, that's actually more needed than whatever athlete. Right. Respect to the athletes, but we need more of you guys here. And so what I also appreciate is when you always educate black people on scaling up. It's not just about creating a business or creating a lane, it's scaling up. I'm curious, I want all you guys to chime in. How do you continue to scale up, keep your ambition without losing your authenticity?
Man, look, I fundamentally believe that like everything in this life isn't reserved for everybody else, like all the big cool stuff. Like we deserve to participate in the big cool things too, right? So fundamentally, like you drive through any city, you're gonna see big logos. And my thought process is like, well, wait, we can build companies that will be these big companies too. Like again, that's not reserved for some other group of people. Yeah. I do think though it takes us moving from a conversation that is focused on starting. Important, right? We've got to encourage people to get in the game. But once you're in the game,
what you gonna do?
We need to see you get to your highest potential, right? Yeah. I went to my dad early on. We were trying to raise some money, and I was like, look, I don't know if we're going to get there. The round it had ballooned to like a little over $3 million at that time. And he said something that changed my perspective on scale. He was like, son, small ideas will keep you small. You have to fight for the best possible version of this idea. So like, go build that. And I'm grateful that I listened to him, because if we had done the $1 million version or the $2 million version, I don't think I would be having this conversation. Like, I had to fight for the best possible version, and that was a different number. So I, at this point, am just trying to push people to, it's not random if you have an idea to do something.
Yeah.
So do that thing at the highest level possible.
Yeah, you just put some on my mind, because I'm like you just said started from 1 million to 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I'm working on a project now, and sometimes you forget that, or you have limited thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of, if I'm being honest, like sometimes you doubt yourself, and I'm going through that right now, but I like what your father said, make the biggest of what you're trying to accomplish now.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, you only got one life.
That's real. But like what you were saying, you was like scaling, like it starts with your mind. And that's what, like, even when you was talking about our starts, like, man, my start really came from like a DM from the Panthers, like saying like, yo, can you come in and shoot for us? That's even before I met Cam. But as my career, matriculated and grew, I had to take my mindset from shooting to now, okay, what else can you create? Can you direct? Can you produce? Can you act? Whatever. And so, like, the same thing what you were saying is like, it starts in your mind and growing and wanting to scale internally first, and then you'll see it, outside. So,
look, I'm not trying to offend anybody with this next one, but like, I meet people for a living, right? And so if there's anything that I've learned in just meeting a lot of successful folks over the years, is that it's not all that much going on half the time when you get up close and personal. Like, they're thinking and struggling with the same things that we're thinking and struggling with. And so here we are in this corner believing we can't be like them. That when you meet them, like,
they not like them.
I mean, it's this whole fallacy of believing that, again, like, folks are more capable than you are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not. Like, I fundamentally believe, just in hearing your story, it's not random that you're doing the work that you're doing.
Absolutely not.
We have to push each other to go make it happen at the highest level ever. Like, and say, like, if you're doing it less than that, that's not acceptable right now. Like, we need you to go honor and be a good steward of the assignment that you've taken on by being big, right? Not small. I mean, our businesses are too small. The stats are really clear. It's like 96% of our companies don't employ anybody. That's a very, very tough stat to put out in a conversation like this.
Yeah.
But if you think about the consequences of what that means, it's not good. So, like, we got to change it.
And I think also what's needed for the lanes that we're in, man, I joke all the time with people, my friends, and we had this conversation offline before. It's like, bro, we just need more audacity. I think a lot of times, because we have survivor's remorse, or we're being timid, you think maybe you don't deserve something, or maybe you're not there yet. I know you brought that up earlier, and you might not be at the level somebody else is. But really, you probably doing the same amount of work they're doing. It just looked better on the other side. We need more audacity. How much of a role does that play in what you're getting accomplished? I'll come to you first.
I mean, it's a lot. Like, you have to have confidence. Even if it's not real confidence, you have to have fake confidence. Because most times when I was coming up, I'm still coming up, obviously.
Yeah.
But most times I'm the youngest in the room. So everybody's like, oh, he's the cute little kid. He's doing the work. He's trying to give back. But like, I have to have confidence that not only I can hold my own with 20, 30, 40-year-old people, but I can deliver and get results at a high level. So it was a matter of, I just throw myself in the fire. Because, so what I do, not only are we doing the activism with computer science and technology, but I also teach tech, financial literacy, and personal development to high school and middle school, high school, and college students. But like, it was times where I'm on YouTube, I'm looking at professional speakers, Eric Thomas, Jordan Peterson. I'm looking at all these people. I'm like, man, they 30, 40 years old. How am I gonna do this at 17, 16? And so what I had to come to realize, like you said, most of the time, what other people are going through, they're going through similar things that I'm going through. It's just that they're good at like putting the facade on camera or on social media. And so what I realized is the more I did it, the more comfortable I got. See, I feel like a lot of us, we're so afraid of what if that we never step into it. We never get started. But what I found out early on is Shoot, the hardest part is getting started. It's like going to the gym. The hardest part of going to the gym and losing weight is getting in that gym.
Getting in there, yeah.
Pushing that, once you get in there, you start pushing that weight, it's easy. You start looking in the mirror, oh, I got something. I'm looking good. Yeah. So like for me, it was really just getting started. And then once I got started, snowball effect, that momentum just carried me. Yeah. But it was all about, okay, get past that initial fear. Once you do that, you're golden, and just keep moving.
I think you tapped into something that's important. Like I realized early on that if you're doing something that people haven't seen before, their automatic response should be no, right? Because if they've seen it before, then they'll identify with it quickly and be like, yeah, like go for that. But when you're tapping on something that actually is disruptive, people are like,
you can't do that.
Are you sure? Yeah. I mean, and like we could put this up against some of the biggest companies that we know now, right? Like I don't know about y'all, but like I remember I was living in DC. And they were like, you can use an app to call a car to come pick you up right here. And I was like, nah, I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to do that. And then like it felt like a year later, they were like, well, you can use another app and you can book like someone else's house and like stay in their house. And I remember being like, nah, I like hotels. That's cool. But now, right, like super commonplace. Everybody knows it. So you got to get through people not understanding. And a lot of times, too, it's people close to us, which we don't talk about enough.
I'm saying, it'd be your own community.
And that's okay, though, right? Like if it's your thing, genuinely your thing, even when the people who are really close to you don't see it, that's fine. It's not their thing. Yeah. It's still your thing. Yeah. And that was hard for me, right? Like I'm out here telling people I'm not going to be a lawyer, having gone to law school, and they were like, "What?" And like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, like no, I had someone say to me that was like, they were like, why would you waste your education going to go start that little thing? Yeah. And I'm like,
that little word?
Little boy. Little gets thrown out real quick. Like people throw that out like the big joker, like that little. If it's your thing though, the hardest part, I agree with you, like the hardest part is getting past that start. And when you're running, then you start to realize, wait, hold on, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And the rest of that kind of starts to go away. Those same people spin the block later. I'm proud. Like, I knew you was. I always knew. I was there. I saw it. I always saw the vision. And it's like, that's not how I remember it, but that's okay.
You almost got to be bulletproof. Like your spirit, your mind, like have to be bulletproof because it's like especially when you start something, you're young, and when you're young, you have this mentality like, I can't be stopped. It's no obstacles. It's like a whole life, dream big. You can do it. You can do it. And it's like, this is what I want to do. You got me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you really have to be bulletproof to a lot of like the naysayers for real.
And I'm curious, like for the younger people that's gonna watch and see this, to be in the positions you are, what are some skill sets you think that are essential to make it in this industry and be trailblazers? I'm gonna say the networking.
Like you said, your network is your net worth. Being able to just open your mouth and introduce yourself and just speak to people.
Yeah, soft
skills, like,
bro.
It's crazy the amount of opportunities you get by just knowing somebody.
Facts.
Like, just knowing the right people, because they like you and you met them at some random event.
Yeah.
Man, that's the reason why I'm here today. Yeah. Because of Mr. Carr. I remember, this was like 2019. I was on Instagram, Twitter. This was when we first started. And so I was raising money to take a group of kids to Silicon Valley so they could visit tech companies like Twitter, Netflix, and Google. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna tap everybody because I need this money. It's gonna cost a lot, but we need to figure out who we can get it from. So I'm DMing Mr. Carr, like, I'm gonna say every other week, like, hey, what's going on? Saying this, and that, telling him about what I'm doing. And then one day he responded to a post I made talking about like the violence in Chicago, because we had like came off the worst week in history, I think, in May of 2019. And he was like, yo, Ian, all right, let's schedule a meeting. I wanna talk to you. So in that meeting, I'm like, all right, showtime. Let's go ahead. Let's pitch everything. So I'm telling them about the trip, telling them about the work that I'm doing. Next thing you know, he says, you know what, Ian? Not only am I going to fund your trip, I'm going to get BET to get money involved or put money into it. And then I'm going to fly you out to the BET Awards to talk about your mission. But all of that was because, like you said earlier, who said it? Audacity. Mm-hmm. The audacity to go say something and speak to him. And because he liked what I was doing, plus I was young, I was 14, so anybody young, they're going to help out. But because I just stepped and tried to create that relationship with him, the floodgates just open. It's crazy. So that's the first step, being able to connect with people and just speak up, because you never know what's gonna come from it. Number two, you gotta get a skill.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the skill is, because the skill pays the bills.
Yeah.
Right? What in financial literacy, what I teach is you can learn about credit, learn about stocks, investing, even have the best relationships. But the first thing that you need to learn is how to make money.
Yeah.
And in order to make money is you need that skill.
That's a fact.
So whether it's being an electrical engineer, photographer, right, creating your own business, or even being interviewed or a host of events, you gotta have something that you're good at that you can get results in. And then the third thing is you gotta learn to enjoy the moment and not look so far into the future that you forget about the now.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm still young, I'm 20, right? So I'm like, man, I can't wait till I'm 25. I remember when I was 16, I was like, man, I can't wait to be 21. I'm like, man, these bills is hitting. Man, listen. So it's like, just enjoy. Whew, I ain't even got kids. Oh Lord, he said he had 2 kids earlier. I'm trying to be patient. I'm gonna be patient. But like, just learn to enjoy the moment, cause like you won't get these moments back. But if you can do those 3 things, you'll be straight.
Hey man, I need to see this wallet, cause you sure you 20 years old, brother? You got some wisdom.
Benjamin Button over here, okay?
You got some wisdom on you, bro. I need to see some ID, man. You act and talk way older than 20, man. That's
100%.
Nah, that's amazing to see, man. That's amazing to see. Ron, I'll come to you. What are some skill sets you feel like just young people need to be a trailblazer?
I'm gonna keep it simple. You just said when you were 14, like of course they wanted to help you because you were 14. Nah, man, like you were prepared, right? And they could see that you were prepared. And I think that's the main thing. Like I agree relationships are important, but once you've established a relationship, where people lose the game is right after that. They get the business card, don't ever send any follow-up. Like don't actually continue to stay engaged at all. Like you have to be comfortable asking. Our grandmama said it to us when we were growing up, closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah.
And we don't actually practice that, right? Like you gotta be willing to ask and follow up and deliver. So many people, one of the easiest cheat codes if you want somebody to leave you alone is just be like, yeah, send me some times when you're free. Half the time when you do that,
They don't say anything.
never hear from that person ever again, right? Let me know when you're good. People's follow-up game is terrible, right? Like half the time the people that win are the folks that were around, right? That just have stayed in the conversation, stayed top of mind, always showed up, always been professional when they committed to something.
Yeah.
Don't overthink this. Again, the people that you see out there that you think are crushing it, half the time they're just the folks that are consistent.
Yeah.
Just always making whatever they do happen in a really good way. They make people feel good and have good relationships, too. But like that consistency to me is the thing that's really like differentiating folks right now. Because I'm watching a lot of people who have a ton of talent, a ton of potential.
Yeah.
Can't send a follow-up email.
My thing is, because you all both, y'all pretty much didn't leave any meat on the bone, but I would say trust, building trust. Because when you were consistent, obviously speaking up, building those relationships and your network, you got to build trust. Because people will invest their money with who they trust and what they trust in. And I think all of that together builds the trust. Showing up every day. I know when I call B-Mac or Brian, it's like, I'm going to get this every time. I know it, and so the same with everybody else. So I think that's the biggest part in business, but just in life in general, like trust. Like when somebody can say, who am I working with, XYZ? Look, I can trust them, and I'll trust to do business with them each and every time.
And again, we're talking about what the younger generation needs to get into the position that you guys are in. I think one of the things they need sounds like it's exposure. So I'll come to you, Ron, first on that. Just speak to how just being exposed can change a generation of trailblazers.
I mean, it's hard to become something you haven't seen before, right? So our job is to make sure that our kids see as many things as possible. But I think even in those conversations, we have to be positive. Like we sometimes come with this like, it's framed in a negative way that makes me uncomfortable, right? If your passion is sports or fashion or like the things that you've seen, okay, let's nurture that too, right? But while we're doing that, did you know that there's also this whole other world of things that are going on? Let's bring somebody in to have a conversation in love, not with that like wagging finger, You know, you should look at other opportunities. But just in love, I just want to put you on to the fact that there are people making dollars doing a lot of different things. There's a lot of ways to make money out here.
Yeah.
And here are some things that may spark something in you. I don't think we should over like complicate it. It's not. It doesn't have to be that deep.
Yeah.
But in love, like in respect, in confidence, and knowing that it can happen. And again, I know that it's not always explicit our doubt, but it just creeps into the conversation too much. Our kids can go do whatever it is that they want to do. We see that in our businesses all day, every day.
Yeah.
We just have to simply put them in position to be able to be exposed.
I'm curious, man, because I know all you guys. I met you in person. Omari, I'm coming to you. Like, how big was the upbringing and your influence in how you approach everyday life? I remember your dad when we were in college. You know, I know you lost him a couple years ago. But bro, when I think about your dad, I see him on your face, I see him in your aura, and the way you're ambitious and attack life. Just share like how you were raised as a Black man, how that impacted you as an adult, and how you walk in every day into being a trailblazer.
Yeah, I would say I was raised rare. My dad was president of NAACP of Charlotte and Black Political Caucus. So being a Black man is like, you the man, you know? And so it wasn't, you know, in our community sometimes it's like, oh, but I'm Black, but they might not accept me. But him is like, you are accepted because you are. And not just because your skin, but what you know about yourself. And so my dad was this strong figure, leader of men and women. And then my mom was this loving, the nurturing side. And you know, and she's still here with me to this day. And so just having a balance of both. So, you know, my dad came, you know, he put that in me to walk in any room and you're the guy, right? And not looking down on nobody, but having your own self-confidence. And when I started in this industry, I would take pictures of different celebrities or whatever, and he would always say, you know, they put their pants on just like you. You know what I'm saying? Realize your last name, realize who you are. And, you know, only person you serving is God, right? And so you don't serve man and idols. And making sure I stuck with that every day, right? And so having that balance, but then also with my mom, this type of love just to everybody. I don't meet a stranger, you know? And so that, having that balance and the combination of both of them, it has helped me to be the person I am today, because it's like, you don't meet strangers, then you're confident. You're not the person in the corner that's like, who's the guy? Or you're not acting weird. It's like, no, I'm both. Like I can be cool, I can be calm, and I can be loving. So I think the dynamic of how I've been raised has helped me because, you know, from behind the camera to now being on the camera to doing different things, it's like the best of both worlds.
I say three beings in my life. It was my mom, my dad, and God, right? So my pops, when I was younger, it was always about keep God at the center of everything that you do. Like, it got to a point where he was like, yo, you can't say good morning to me unless you say your prayers. If you do, I'm not talking to you, because you ain't talked to God first. He the reason why we're all here today. So it was, and then, so we got two different sides. My dad grew up in Chicago, you know, grew up in the hood. He went to college to escape his circumstances and to experience something new. My mom was from the Philippines, an immigrant, came here when she was a teenager. So immigrant, somebody from the south side of Chicago, right? My dad had this, he wasn't in the military, but he had this military mindset. So he was like, everything has to be on point. He taught me time management. You will be prompt. You will do this. You will do that. Taught me time management, reading books, financial literacy before I was even 7, right? It got to a point, my dad had me reading Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbrough when I was 8. I didn't even know half the words in the book. So I was just skimming through it. So I was exposed to all these things. My mom, she's Asian. So I got that tiger mind, right? Asians, they got this high expectation, like anything below greatness is mediocre. What my parents did was they taught me everything that they wished they knew. And so that's what really allowed me to have the confidence to be here, you know, do interviews like this and I guess be an older 20-year-old, if you will.
Man, what's interesting is like I could talk about a lot of things for a long time, right? Any of these economic issues, business, but talking about my family it's emotional for me, right? Because I'm so grateful, especially now that I have kids. I'm so grateful to my parents for everything that they did. They took us. I have a younger sister. They took us everywhere. like everywhere, to the point where like I didn't understand that I was learning because it was just I was just with my parents, right?
Yeah.
But I was learning stuff. I mean, quick. This is a silly example, but when we first started the company, first member of our team was there, and I called somebody, and I was like, they got the voicemail, and I left my number twice. I said my number 2 times, and the person on my team stopped, and she was like, "Why did you say your number twice?" And I never thought about it before, right? But I've been riding around with my dad, and every time he left a voicemail, he would say his number twice so the person could write it down, right? So like you learn all of these like hard and soft skills by having parents that just are willing to take you into situations. And then even when your confidence is low, I had a similar moment. My dad, I was struggling with something at school, and he told me, he was like, look, if you walk with God, you can walk anywhere. And get out the car, right? I'm really grateful for the way that they approached raising us. And now my job is to try to do the same. I mean, I'm fortunate to have the title of a co-founder and CEO of this company. As I mentioned to y'all, it's the only job I've ever had. But the most important title that I have by far is being a father. By far, you could call me a bad CEO, but as long as my kids do not call me a bad dad, like that's the main thing that I'm fighting for every single day.
Before I let you guys go, man, I'm curious, what are some early predictions or things, expectations and shifts that you guys see happening in the near future in our industry that these young people who are trying to come in and be trailblazers should be aware of?
Yeah, it's a shift. Like, it's just growing by the day. Like, we was talking before this, it was like, man, drones don't look like drones no more. They're like baby planes. And I think that's a big thing, just moving with the times and not being stagnant. But the thing is about young people, like, they're growing with the times. It's really the older people that's like, can you stay relevant? Can you sharpen your skills, right? Teaching the old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, man, I think the fundamentals are the fundamentals, right? And so, yes, there's always going to be new technology. There is AI is changing everything. But it's still about relationships. It's still about community. It's still about faith, right? Like, I don't think that there's any new rules being written in that way. And so just show up and do the best that you can in the fundamentals, right? Like, people ultimately are going to do business with people. And I know someone is going to hear that and be like, nah, but like when I go to the store, there's somebody working on what that is, and there's someone that called that person to be working on it, right? There's still relationships that are going to be at play, and we've got to really dig deep in moments like this to make sure that we're seeing one another and fostering that. It's easy to get disconnected right now, but I think the future is going to feel somewhat how this feels, which is just we're going as far as our relationships are going to take us, as far as our community is going to take us.
Nah, absolutely.
I'll speak on something a little bit different. Obviously, relationships, AI, sticking together. But what I'm noticing is you got to be a specialist at what you do. And let's just look at the jobs report. There's more people unemployed right now than there are jobs available.
Yep.
First time it's been like this in a while, right? Yeah. I think they said more than 30% of college graduates from 2024 are either still unemployed or still looking for a job. So it's like we have to get really good at one thing, because the days of, having a person that either just an email receptionist or a person at the front desk taking phone calls is over, because AI is taking all the jobs, or those beginner level jobs. Yeah. So we have to be a specialist at something, even if it's not in technology. If you're an electrical engineer, like I said earlier, in HVAC, trucking, something, you have to be really good at something that tech can't replace you in the immediate future. Yeah. And then constantly growing, right? Looking for different opportunities and problems you can solve, because this stuff is moving quick. Like, if you just look at what ChatGPT was at a year and a half ago, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a video, they did the Will Smith spaghetti video, where they made a video of him eating spaghetti. Like 2 years ago, it looked crazy. It was like, what the heck? The new video I saw a week ago? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No.
That was only in 2 years.
It's crazy.
So stuff is changing fast. That's why you got to be a specialist, so you can't be replaced. So as I said earlier, skills that pay the bills, you need to just find one skill that a lot of people aren't good at, or that you can become really good at, and just become a specialist at it. Because like it says in the Bible, your gifts will make room for you. So if you have the gift of being really good at one thing, how can you be replaced?
Absolutely. Nah, I love these answers, man. I definitely feel like the young people are going to gain something from this, man. What you guys have been able to accomplish in just a short time, I think is nothing short of amazing. Giving everything that we're dealing with in these times to still be thriving at a high level and impacting the culture and your respective communities, man. It's a breath of fresh air, man. It's beautiful to see. I know people are going to join this. I learned something today. I know our team did, man. I want to come to you because I just want to give you flowers, bro. For you to be so young, bro, to be more mature. Like, my cousins were here on set yesterday. I wish they were here today to hear your story and testimony, man, because they needed that right now. You know, so I got some cousins in college. They're just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I think to see somebody like yourself who's doing it at their age, they know it's possible. A lot of times you have to see it, like you said earlier, for you to know that it's possible, bro. What you're doing in the community in Chicago and just the nation, as a young person, leading things the right way, bro, you're impacting and changing lives. Keep being who you are. Keep being mature. Keep doing your thing, man. It's a breath to see, man. And Ryan, I'm gonna come to you next, man. The work you're doing here in Atlanta, man, it's needed. I see, you know, I came to check out the new spot, man. Not only is it beautiful, but the people there and the conversations that we had are beautiful, man. You're building a community for us, heavy on for us. We don't have many spaces like that, bro. What you're doing is needed, man. I go back to that Black Man Summer all the time. I'm like, yo, here this guy, he was just on stage with Mikey Illy. He came sat by me and just wanted to have a conversation and check on me, see how I was doing, introduce himself. That is the community. That is the fellowship. That is a network that our Black people and our young people watching this, they need that. That's how you essential and grow in this industry and this game called life. You know what I mean? And this game called life is needed, man. I want to give you flowers for everything that you stand for.
Appreciate you,
not only as your business, but as a family man as well.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you,
man. For sure. OG, man, you already know, man. We grew up together, brother. Yeah. To see where you are now from where we was in college, man. Started out college, I remember you was Cam's cameraman.
Yeah.
Now you leading your own show as the EP and director and host along with him with an Emmy Award to it, bro. You deserve everything, bro. You earned this. I've been there since the beginning when you started this 10 years ago. To see where you are now, man, your dad would be proud of you, brother.
Hey, thank
I want you to continue to shine, bro. We had conversations all the time. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, but that shit inspires me. Like, me and him, it's like iron sharpens iron, your community. You know, being able to lean on somebody and share how you feeling, what you're going through. And it's like, man, this happened, man. I feel like I'm right there, but I need to do this. And it's like, yo, bro, just stay in it.
Yeah.
Keep showing up, man. So, bro, I love you, bro. I'm proud of you, everything you're doing, man. This is amazing, bro. This is what For the Fellas is about. It's bringing Black men together to have conversations, bro. Bringing people together, man. I think we accomplished that today. I know the young people watching are gonna appreciate that and, you know, love your testimony, man.
Man, shout out to you, though.
Appreciate that, man.
There's a lot of people that have different conversations about us. Yeah. And the fact that you're having this type of conversation in this way, like,
thank you.
I appreciate that, man.
Seeing your growth, bro. Like, obviously, we've been in it, but seeing your growth from the start to now. And I'm like, bro, I know that dude. He
was in the trenches,
Yeah. But when you talk about trenches, and one thing I wanted to say was never forget your why. Never forget your why. No matter what journey, like, why did you start the journey? Why are you on it? Even on the good days or the bad days, just never forget your why. And you always keep moving your feet, man.
That's a fact, man. Absolutely,
so
man.
proud of you,
pleasure, man. For anybody watching or here for the fellas, we're gonna continue to have conversations and dialogue that matters, not only entertains, but educates. Can't thank our BET family enough, along with Toyota, for embracing us and having this conversation. It's much needed.
So what drives me is my why, but also my focus. So my why is what gets me started. My focus keeps me going. And that's the big thing in life. So obviously you're gonna have ups and downs, but that keeps me driven, that keeps me focused, and that's what drives me to the finish line of whatever goal I set in life in this journey that we call life.
What drives me is my community. I come from a powerful tradition, and so every day I wake up trying to figure out how can I best be helpful to the people that I know and love and have the deep appreciation for being able to build with.
What drives me, that's a good question. It's definitely the kids. Seeing their eyes open when they get exposed to something new and then take it and run with it, man, it's nothing like that. So giving back to my community, giving back to the next generation, and seeing how far we can go together, that's what definitely drives me.
I'm Ryan Wilson.
I'm Ian Brock.
I'm Omari Collins.
I'm Brian McIntosh, and this is For the Fellas on BET. I'd like to personally thank our partners at Toyota for partnering with us on this special episode. So many great conversations and dialogue that are needed for rising trailblazers in the industry.
In one bakery, take one, baby Mark.
They came in from every angle.
Yeah, I know, right? Sorry.
so rigid as single file, but just, yeah, you're kind of one after the other, just kind of all walking up. It's like as if you all got out of the cars together.
Oh, so like talking.
Okay. Cool. All right, now we can hop back to the seats and we'll just do our last looks.
I was trying to get that Toyota Savvy's initiative. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make it clear, brother. You know what I mean?
This is for the fellas on BET.